It is hot up here. How to stay cool when working in an attic. This is the plumber's guide. So right now the temperature in the attic's about 130 degrees. Probably not the best time to be here. I'll tell you about the last time I got in an attic that was too hot to work and I almost didn't make it out. Today I'm going to give you some tips that will help you stay cool while working in an attic. So right now I'm just shooting some of the sheet metal up here, 130 degrees. Imagine if that was one of my tools. Now we've actually checked the temperatures on tools that we've laid down outside in the sun for a little while, got up to 143. Here we are in an attic, a piece of metal, 132 degrees. Imagine what it's going to be like if you lay tools down and have to pick them up within an hour or so.
Am I touching something? Hot, hot, hot.
All right, so first of all, you want to be prepared anytime you're working in an attic. You want to help eliminate a lot of the trips up and down the stairs for different reasons. Number one, it's going to wear you out. But number two, you're going to be going from the hot to the cold, just back and forth real quick. Really, you want to make sure you get all your tools together. You prep everything. You know what you're going to need to do the job you're going up into the attic for. Also, understand the difference between heat stroke and heat exhaustion. You've got to know what signs to look for, whether you're working with somebody else or if it's just you. If it's just you, you could literally put yourself in a bad situation and not even realize it. I went into an attic one time to work on water heaters, and actually I was just putting a drip leg in for an inspection. Took 3 water heaters apart, again, middle of the summer. Today, as you saw, we just shot, we've got 120, 130 degrees up here. It's hot. After the second one was done, I started working on the third one, and all of a sudden I was getting dizzy. I didn't even realize it until one of my men called. I literally picked up the phone. He said, "Roger, do you have a minute?" I said, "No, I don't." I said, "I've got to get out of this attic. I will call you back." So I did. I went downstairs. One thing you need to remember is get into cool areas whenever you need to cool down. When you get too hot and you can't think straight, that's the first sign to tell you, look, get into a cooler area. You want to try to get into an air-conditioned house, spend time in there so you can bring your body temperature back down. So that's number one. Learn to know what you're looking for and cool your body down. Number two, be smarter than me. Try to work in the morning if you can. Now, we actually did this being one of the hardest parts of the day. We knew that. Driving over here, my truck said it was 103 degrees. Up in the attic, as you saw, shooting temperatures of 130. Trust me, it's hot in here and it feels hotter the longer you're up here. Use vests, use cooling rags, use liners for your hard hat or cap, anything like that. Literally, something as light as a rag like this, take it, fold it up, take some of your cold drinking water, pour it on a rag. You want to try to get it damp, you want to try to get it cool. You don't need it super soaking wet, although trust me, sometimes that does feel good. But literally, just get it wet enough that you can roll it up, and put it on the back of your neck. I'm telling you, I think right there the temperature just dropped in here about 20 degrees. Now, before you ever get up in the attic, number 4, you want to make sure you drink plenty of water. If you know you're going to be working in a hot attic, or you could be working in a hot attic, make sure you get plenty of fluids. You want to make sure you hydrate. You don't just want to wait until you're getting ready to walk up into the attic and then drink a ton of water. Make sure you hydrate early. That way your body has already had time to get that water all the way through it. Make sure to wear protective clothing, long sleeve jeans, long sleeve shirts, anything you can, because number one, that's going to protect you a couple of different ways. As you perspire and these get wet, that's going to help cool your body down. If you're working out in the sun, it's going to keep that direct sun from getting on your body and just really burning you up. One thing we didn't do today, and I actually started to, is bring a fan. Bring a box fan, any kind of fan at all that you can bring to help move the air around. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to cool the air down, but it can keep that warm air moving around to where you have a breeze, and if you've got other things keeping you cool, it will help cool you down a lot. When you're working up in areas like this is a good time for sports drinks.
Gatorade.
H2O.
Gatorade.
H2O.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
Anything that'll replace your electrolytes. Now me, I'm just drinking water and it's cold water. That's why I was able to pour it on my rag. Now remember, we put the rag on a while ago. If I start feeling this rag get warm or anything like that, I can literally just pour this on my neck. Probably don't want to because I don't want it to be too cold on me. As much as I love being cool, I hate cold. So I would pull it off and dampen the rag again. But drinking sports drinks or even water while you're here will help hydrate you and help you last a little bit longer. Another big one, another thing to remember is working outside can be just as tough. Now, we showed you a while ago the tools and how hot they get. Imagine if you've got a shovel. Imagine if you're just out in that sun all day. If your tools can get that hot, you can get that hot too. Now, if you don't have a job trailer, someplace to cool down, and you feel yourself getting that hot, go jump in your truck for a minute, turn the AC on. It's better than you passing out. I remember doing a job over in Garland one day. One of my plumbers, we were digging a hole and he started laying down. He said, man, I just can't handle it. I need to take a breather. I said, look, go get in the front seat of the truck, turn the AC on and cool down. He did that. I went over and finished the work while he took a break. But it's what he needed. I'd rather do that than have him really go down on me. Now, one of the last things to remember, make sure you carry your phone with you. Here's the deal. If you're up in the attic by yourself and you feel yourself getting dizzy, so you may be in an area where it's not safe to walk. You want to make sure that you can call somebody. Even if it's the homeowner downstairs, just say, look, I need help. If it gets that bad, don't be afraid to call anybody.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Trust me, working up in an attic, as you can see, can be hot. It can be dangerous. Do whatever you have to do to protect yourself, even if that means calling for help. If you've ever been in an attic and got so hot that you got dizzy and thought you couldn't work, do me a favor, leave me a comment down below and let me know how did it turn out for you. Were you able to get down to where you could cool off, or did you end up calling somebody else? Anytime you're working in an attic, I highly recommend getting a second person there with you. That way you can keep an eye on each other. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, leave me a comment down below and let me know if there's any other things that you can think of people need to do when working in an attic. And remember, it's hot in here. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, helping you make more money and stay safe in the trades. That's not bad, that's about normal. But again, remember, I just poured water on it. That's good enough.